Hey, y'all, let me tell you about this one day that changed everything not just for me, but for a whole damn industry. Picture this. I'm 7 months pregnant, sitting in the plush, golden glow of a first-class cabin on a flight from Atlanta to Chicago, feeling like I've finally made it, you know? My name's Amara Jackson, and I'm just trying to get to a work conference. But what happens next, well, it's the kind of story that makes you clench your fists, then cheer, then maybe cry a little. So, I'm in seat 1A, the leather soft as butter, the cabin smelling like fresh coffee and money. I'm wearing this simple gray dress, my wedding ring catching the light, my hand resting on my belly where my baby girl's kicking like she's ready to run the world already. All I need is a seatbelt extender standard for pregnancy. No big deal, right? I catch the eye of the lead flight attendant, Karen Whitmore, her red scarf tied so tight it's practically screaming, "I'm in charge." I say, calm as can be, "Excuse me, could I get a seat belt extender, please?" Her smile freezes, like I just asked for her firstborn. "We'll need medical proof," she says, her voice sharp, like she's cutting me down to size. I slide a folded doctor's note across the table signed, dated, clear as day. "Here it is," I say, keeping my cool, because I've been here before, navigating that fine line where people think they can question your place. Karen doesn't even glance at the paper. She leans in, her eyes narrowing, and says, "How do you afford a first-class ticket, anyway?" Oh, the cabin goes quiet like, you could hear a pin drop quiet. My heart's pounding, but I don't flinch. I've worked nights at a diner, counted every tip to pay for this ticket, and I'm not about to let her shame me. I bought it. I say, slow, deliberate, like I'm spelling it out for her. And then I still can't believe this, she slaps me. Right across my cheek, a quick, stinging crack that echoes like a gunshot. The guy in 2B, some retired lawyer named Tom Hargrove, gasps. A young attendant, Mia Torres, freezes, her tray rattling. Even the pilot, Captain Dan Riley, peeks out from the cockpit, his jaw tight. My cheek burns, but I don't touch it. I don't cry. I just look at Karen, dead in the eyes, and say, "You need to document this. Now. Time, place, your name, mine. FAA procedure." My voice is low, steady, like I'm reading from a script I memorized years ago, because I did nights spent poring over airline regulations after my shift, knowing one day I'd need them. Karen's hand is still raised, like she's shocked at her own nerve. She stammers, "We'll talk privately," but I'm not moving. "No," I say. "You refused me the extender, questioned my ticket, then hit me. Confirm that in front of these witnesses." Tom leans forward, his voice like gravel. "I'm Tom Hargrove, seat 2B. I saw it all. You better listen to her." Mia, bless her, scurries to the galley, grabs an extender, and places it on my table like it's a peace offering. The buckle glints in the amber light, and I fasten it like I'm locking in my resolve. Karen's face is pale now, her scarf crooked, like her whole world's tilting. She mutters something about security, but I'm already ahead of her. "Call them," I say, "and I'll need your crew number and your supervisor's name." We end up in this sterile little room behind frosted glassum. Karen, Mia, Captain Dan, and Officer Jamal Carter, airport security. The air smells like coffee and disinfectant, and I'm sitting there, my hands open on my lap, not leaning back, because leaning back feels like giving up. I pull out my phone, play the recording I started the second Karen got snippy. Her voice fills the room. "How do you afford a first-class ticket?" Then the slap sharp, undeniable. Mia's eyes go wide. Dan clears his throat. Jamal writes it all down, his pen steady, like he's mapping out a crime scene. Karen tries to backtrack, says, "I thought she was faking the pregnancy." I cut in, calm as ever. "You said that in the cabin, and now you're saying it again. Make sure it's in the report." She flinches, like I've slapped her with words. "See, I learned this from my mom, who scrubbed airport floors for 30 years, never once sitting in first class. She'd say, 'Amara, know the rules, because people will try to fool you.' So I did. I read every line of FAA Regulation 382.93 about how airlines have to provide assistance equipment, no questions asked. I wasn't fighting for May, I was fighting for every woman who's ever been looked at like she doesn't belong. Jamal hands me the report, signed, stamped, with my doctor's note attached. I photograph every page, because I'm not new to this. I've been the girl who had to prove her worth over and over. The story could have ended there, but it didn't. A reporter, Sarah Klein, snaps a photo of me in that room, and it goes viral. Pregnant and proud trends overnight. My husband, Marcus, who runs a logistics company that supplies half of Horizon Airlines parts, sees it. He doesn't call me because he knows I've got this. Instead, he pauses our contract with Horizon just for 48 hours, citing ethical concerns. That's my man, quiet, but deadly. The airline stock tanks, and suddenly, their fancy boardroom's calling me in. I walk in, no lawyer, just my folder and my 7-point list. The lawyer, Olivia Grant, tries to smooth things over with, "We regret your experience, but I'm not here for platitudes. Call it misconduct," I say, sliding the report across the glass table. I was refused equipment, questioned, and slapped. Fix that, starting with a public apology and crew retraining. Olivia's smile falters, but their CEO, Denise Warren, nods. "We'll do it," she says, and I can tell she means it not because she wants to, but because she knows I've got the law on my side. Weeks later, Horizon announces the Jackson Standard, a new training program I helped write, making respect a reflex, not a policy. The FAA picks it up, calls it the Jackson Amendment, and suddenly, I'm speaking at their headquarters, telling a room full of suits that dignity isn't a privilege, it's a right. I think of my mom, who never got to see this, and my daughter, who will grow up in a world where no one dares slap a pregnant woman for asking for a seat belt. Cut to a year later. I'm at the Smithsonian, standing in front of a plaque with my name on it, part of an exhibit called Women Who Changed America. My daughter, Ella, points at it and says, "Mama, where's your cape?" I laugh, ruffle her hair, and say, "Baby, I didn't need one. I had the law." The sky outside's clear, a plane streaking across it, and I wonder, did I change the world, or did I just remind it to be human? So, here's my question for y'all. Have you ever been underestimated, made to feel small, but turned it around with nothing but your smarts and your grit? Drop your story in the comments, I want to hear it. Because sometimes, the loudest voice isn't the one screaming. It's the one that stays calm, stays sharp, and forces the world to listen. Hit that subscribe button, share this with someone who needs to know they're enough, and let's keep these stories alive. Because out there, someone's waiting to hear they can fight back without ever raising a fist.